So this video is going to be kind of a trip down memory lane. I'm going to be taking every single bloodline at its peak and ranking the top 10 strongest ever bloodlines in Shindo Life. By the way, if we hit 275,000 subscribers before the end of this month, I am going to be dyeing my hair and my beard white for Christmas. I will become Santa J. So if you want to see that, hit that like button, subscribe. Alright guys, so coming in 10th place is actually going to be Shiver Akuma. Now Shiver Akuma at its peak was pretty much infinite combo simulator. Just because a lot of its abilities actually got changed. If you guys didn't know, the C spec of Shiver Akuma used to just be its third ability, so you should just be able to use this without the mode. You used to be able to basically just iframe run away without the mode entirely. Obviously guys, that was a pretty broken mechanic. And the actual moves of Shiver Akuma, so you have the first move, which is a very, very long stun, and then you do have the second move, which is another very long stun. These moves actually used to be used for infinite combos, and the way they fixed them was by putting, each of them on a global cooldown. But before that was a thing, Shiver Akuma was basically just iframe infinite combo simulator. So coming in 8th place is going to be the legendary Forged Rengoku. Yes, one of the current worst, boss drop rare bloodlines in the game, was once one of the absolute best. And it wasn't only for the mode, but I will say this. The mode, you used to be able to say domain your name. You could still do this at max HP. So you can still do this at max HP. You can still domain yourself so you can't avoid a bunch of, fights and things like that. You can still do it at max HP. It's still a thing that you could do. But the craziest thing, the absolute most crazy thing, you used to be able to do this mid-combo. And it used to have no cooldown, and it used to regen all your stats. So pretty much you could just domain yourself whenever you either got low or got low in mode, got low in chi, and you could do it mid-combo. So you were literally unkillable with Forged Red. Now, I'm not going to be including this, a little bit higher in the list, but Forged Red was definitely super broken during this time period. The reason why I'm not including it is because it was kind of a glitch. After the fully mode regen thing was fixed, it was still insanely broken because it was pretty much a mid-combo auto dodge that you could have completely for free as long as you know how to type. And the other good move of Forged Red was the first move of Forged Red. Now, it actually is pretty bad now, just because, it still is an okay move overall, but the cooldown on the move has been, increased quite a lot. Now, obviously, Forged Red cooldown is a lot higher, and this move is also on the stun global cooldown. Now, coming in 9th place is going to be Shindai Rengoku. Now, Shindai Rengoku is still a pretty good bloodline in this game, but it's nothing compared to what it was at its absolute peak. So, at its peak, Shindai Rengoku counter ability, so the counter of Shindai Ren used to quite literally do like 200,000 damage instantaneously to somebody. It still does like 150, but it used to do like 250 to 300,000 damage pretty much instantly. Also, the M1s of the I know this is crazy, the first mode, nobody uses this anymore, but the M1s of the first mode used to not knock back and stunned while also doing 14,000 damage in M1. Also, the throwable of this used to be on like an 8-second cooldown, so you could pretty much M1 combo throwable spam people, and if they didn't have an auto dodge, the mid combo auto dodge, they were pretty much instantly dead. So Shindai Ren, definitely a major menace to the game when it was actually at its peak. Now coming to 7th place, it actually could be Snake Man. Now Snake Man is one of the newest entries onto this list. Snake Man at its peak just did absolutely overwhelming amounts of damage, combined with the fact that it was just a very, very easy to use bloodline. I definitely think that Snake Man would have, it probably would have held up very, very, very nicely in the one-shot combo meta. Probably would have been one of the single-handedly best, bloodlines in the game in the one-shot meta. I definitely think that Snake Man, at its peak was an extremely, extremely, extremely good bloodline, and it still is extremely good even after being nerfed like 5 times. It's also worth saying that Snake Man, Snake Man at its peak was probably the highest damage bloodline in the game, while also being able to combo extend, counter, and just, be an overwhelming menace, in general. It was also just a really fun bloodline. So if, I'm a bit happy that when it got nerfed, it didn't get absolutely butchered. Now coming to 6th place, it could be Minakaze. Now, you guys probably knew this was coming. Minakaze 3rd was kind of like the epitome of broken for, in the time period while Ryuji and Minakaze was in the game. Mina 3rd it's pretty much what it is now, if I'm going to be dead honest with you. They rebuffed it to prime Mina 3rd, but in the meta that it was back in, the Minakaze meta, there wasn't very many good bloodlines at all. So Minakaze just absolutely dominated, pretty much with only a 3rd ability. 3rd ability was pretty much the only thing in Minakaze that dominated, but it was just so strong that I had to put it at 6th place on this list. All right, guys, coming in 5th place is going to be the Strange Bloodline. Yes, the Strange Bloodline. A lot of you guys might have known this was coming. The mode of Strange was absolutely absurdly broken. The C-Spec used to pretty much heal you to full because you could heal inside of the C-Spec. It also was a block break, you know, time stop stun, so that was really good. The M1s used to do 10,000 damage to M1 and didn't knock back. And the weapon spec used to be a 5-second iframe. No, it was actually more like an 8-second iframe that you could spam every 15 seconds. That could also be used as a combo extender. Obviously, the actual abilities of Strange used to be okay because it used to not slow you down, so you could just use them whenever. And the first move of Strange is, you know, still as good as it was as what it once was. It just is a little bit shorter of a stun. Now, coming to fourth place is going to be good old Riser Akuma. Now, obviously, some of you guys may know that the first ability of Riser Akuma was always one of the best auto dodges in the game due to the fact that you could actually, you know, hit someone at the end of it. It was always one of the best combos, especially in a meta where nobody really used counters or anything like that. So if you got hit by this ability, you're pretty much getting one shot, you know, during the meta that was relevant in. Also, in the auto dodge meta, it definitely was still one of the best auto dodges because you could actually attack while also auto dodging mid combo. It was just an insanely good auto dodge for multiple parts of the game. Now, it has actually been changed to an iframe attack where the iframes are extremely short on it, but it's still a pretty good ability. But the main reason why Riser Akuma is going to be on this list is this third ability. Now, this third ability now, guys, let's be frank here, it's trash. It's absolute garbage. It's garbanzo. It's cheeks. It smells like, you know, doo-doo. But the ability at its peak used to do over 100,000 damage. Used to mode drain like 4,000 mode, and it chi sealed you, so you couldn't charge your chi. So pretty much, if you landed this move in your combo and you just ran away for a little bit afterwards, you pretty much instantly won, especially in old competitive. Old competitive during the one-shot combo meta was literally just, if you got mode, you won instantly. That's kind of how it was, because a lot of combos weren't infinite. They were just, you know, meant to do like 360,000 damage. And if you had mode, you had more HP, so you could just survive the combo more likely, and you could one-shot someone significantly easier. So in a meta where mode drain was insanely good, Riser Akuma was on top. Now, coming in third place, it could be Ryan Goku. I like to consider Ryan Ren being broken as one of my personal achievements to Shindo Life, if that makes sense. Everyone thought this Bloodline was trash on release. I'm sure there was, you know, some people that didn't think it was trash, but quite literally everyone on Real Games live stream, everyone on my live stream thought this Bloodline was trash. They thought it was absolute garbage. They thought it was doo-doo water on toast. Like they thought this thing was doo-doo. And then I started posting competitive combo videos where I use umpire guitar and Shiver Chidori. I would pull someone in, Shiver Chidori, clone combo them, or I would pull them in, Shiver Chidori. Like, there was just a lot of pull combos that you could do that would pretty much instantaneously one-shot someone, and frankly, they were absolutely hilarious to do. And they were also very inventive as well. There's a bunch of different combos. You guys can go back and look at my Ryan Ren combo video if you want. It has all of those combos on it. Absolutely hilarious combos. It was just a very, very funny move. It's still an extremely good move, but it's for very, very different reasons than it was before. Now, the second move of Ryan Ren used to be able to use mid combo. So during the auto dodge combo meta, you used to be able to use this mid combo, and even before that, it was still super broken because it wasn't on the auto dodge global cooldown. So it was an auto dodge that you could attack people with that wasn't on the global cooldown, so you could iframe spam. And the third ability was instant and place lock stun people. So Ryan Ren just was extremely good at one point. Now, coming in second place is going to be the infamous Ryuji Kaneki. Now, Ryuji Kaneki here, otherwise known as Ryuji Kenichi. I hate this Bloodline, and I still kind of hate it, but it's kind of trash now, so I don't see it anymore. The low life mode of Ryuji. So you guys know the low life mode of Ryuji. You're kind of like, oh, you know, that stuff was broken. It was on a timer, but you could auto dodge pretty much infinitely. You could avoid every single attack. You basically were immune to being dead. And the actual moves of Ryuji were also insanely good at combo extending because the hitboxes on them were as massive as my giant forehead. But you all are forgetting Ryuji Kenichi on release. This dude had passive auto dodge on his normal mode. Yes, I know that's crazy to hear. Ryuji Kenichi had its passive auto dodge not even on its low life mode. So you had insanely good stats. The Z-Spec used to do like 150k damage. It was pretty much unkillable. Like, you had the low life mode, which basically brought you back to full HP and still auto dodge. And your tie and HP stat raised to like 5,000. So yeah, this Bloodline was absurd, and I absolutely hated it. Now, honorable mention 1 is going to be Vine. I'm not going to be talking about this one that much because it's actually very, very quick. Pretty much, the clones did a lot of damage to people. The clones did more damage than Shindo Akuma clones at one point, and they would immediately one-shot someone if you pulled them in and used the clone move. That's literally it. Vine was really good just because of the clones. Coming in honorable mention 2 is going to be Ryan Akuma. One of my personal old favorite Ryan Akumas. Probably my old favorite Akuma for a very long period of time until it got nerfed. Now, guys, this third move of Ryan Akuma used to be like a 6-second iframe that block broke, and, you know, you could move stack with it. So it was an iframe move that you could do moves during, and it block broke. So it was just an insanely overpowered move. I definitely think it deserves honor mention 2 just for that move alone. Also, the second move used to do like 150k. It still does a bunch, but it doesn't do as much as it did before. By the way, guys, when did you join Shindo Life? What era of the meta did you join Shindo Life? I'm actually pretty interested to know. Now, let's be real here, guys. Coming in first place as one of the best ever bloodlines in Shindo Life is going to be Shindai Akuma. This one should come without, you know, any surprise whatsoever to the people that have ever played during Shindai Akuma meta. The first ability used to literally one-shot you. If you got place locked, if you got stunned, if you got pulled in, this ability one-shot you instantly. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe, but you would literally die instantly to this ability. Also, the C-Spec used to also do damage back then, so you also could get one-shot by the C-Spec. And your full stage samurai clones, by the way, could use your weapon. So you could equip Thread Blade, and they would Thread Blade pull the opponent in, and they would instantly die. Literally instantaneous, like boom, instantly dead. Now, the second ability, Shindai Akuma, also used to be insanely overpowered. It was an instant, massive AoE, like probably one of the biggest AoE abilities to ever be in Shindo Life, and block broke them. Again, during a meta where no counters were relevant, so nobody used counters. And the third ability was pretty much the exact same thing, but it didn't place lock, and instead it block broke. So yeah, Shindai Akuma, absolute menace during its peak. It also had a few more, you know, glitches during, you know, other periods of the game, like the clones and the Zimseko combo that could one-shot you. But Shindo Akuma, just one of the best ever bloodlines to ever drop in this game. Anyways, guys, that's for this video. If you enjoyed this video, guys, bye-bye.